Do you ever feel like an alien species stranded on this planet? Picture this. You walk into a room, and instantly, without anyone saying a single word, you feel the tension hanging in the air. Like a thick fog, you see a micro-expression, a slight furrow of a brow across the table, and immediately spiral. Did I do something wrong? You hear the ticking of a clock, the hum of the refrigerator, the distant traffic, and it all feels like it's screaming against your eardrums simultaneously, while others seem to glide over pain, brush off criticism like it's dust, and sleep soundly 5 minutes after a screaming match. There you are, 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling, replaying a careless comment someone made 5 years ago. Your heart races, your chest tightens, and you feel like the entire emotional spectrum of humanity is flooding through your veins. People call you weak. They tell you that you're too sensitive, that you overthink everything, that you're a drama queen, and slowly, you started to believe them. You convinced yourself that you are glitched, that your psychological operating system was broken at birth. But what if I told you that everything you are suffering through isn't a disorder? What if feeling too much isn't a curse, but a forgotten superpower of the human race? Welcome to the dark side of psychology, where we strip away the lies to reveal the truth about highly sensitive people. HSP. Hold on to your mind, because what I'm about to tell you might change how you look at yourself in the mirror tomorrow morning. This is Psychovive. Let's start with a brutal truth. This world was not designed for you. Modern society worships noise. It glorifies the hustle culture, the people who can grind 16 hours a day under harsh fluorescent lights, the ones who can trample over feelings to hit targets, the ones with skin so thick nothing penetrates it. And you are a person without skin. In psychology, we've discovered that the brain of a sensitive person operates on a completely different frequency. This isn't a metaphor. This is biology. Your nervous system is like a high-tech military radar switched to maximum power, 24/7. If the average person has a filter that blocks out 80% of environmental stimuli, your filter, well, it doesn't exist. You absorb everything. Every light, every sound, every scent, and the scariest part, every emotion of those around you. This is why you feel completely drained after a social gathering that others found fun, while they just heard music and laughter. Your brain was processing millions of data points, the fake tone in friend A's voice, the hidden grief in friend B's eyes, the suffocating smell of cheap cologne, and the hollowness of small talk. You didn't just attend the party. You scanned and metabolized its entire energy field. And the price you pay is a total system crash when you get home. But the real pain isn't physical noise. It lies deeper in the tragedy of your existence, emotional osmosis. You have the ability to become the world's emotional dumping ground without even realizing it. Have you noticed? Friends always run to you when they're broken. Complete strangers spill their darkest secrets to you within minutes of meeting. Why? Because you radiate absolute understanding. But this is a deadly trap. Because your mirror neurons fire at an intense rate, you don't just understand their pain. You feel it as if it were your own. When someone cries, your chest aches. When someone is raging, your heart hammers. You absorb their toxic energy, filter it through your own body, give them back peace, and keep the poison for yourself. That is why so many sensitive people suffer from psychosomatic issues, chronic stomach aches, migraines, anxiety disorders. Your body is screaming because it is holding on to trauma that doesn't even belong to you. And the greatest tragedy of the sensitive soul, the thing that makes you feel lonely down to your marrow, is found in love. Loving a sensitive person is an intense experience. But being a sensitive person in love is sweet torture. You love deeper than anyone else. You remember the tiniest details, how they take their coffee, the melody they hum unconsciously. You give the most delicate, profound care. But in return, you are the easiest to break. An unanswered text, a slight shift in tone, is enough for your brain to construct 100 catastrophic scenarios. We call it overthinking. Let's be honest. Do you constantly ask yourself, are they bored of me? Am I being too much? You live in a constant state of fear of abandonment. And here is the darker reality. Highly sensitive people are the perfect prey for narcissists. Emotional manipulators are addicted to you. Why? Because you are too forgiving. You always try to understand the why behind their bad behavior. When they hurt you, instead of getting angry, you rationalize. They must be acting this way because of their childhood trauma. You use your compassion to excuse their cruelty. You give second chances, third chances, infinite chances, until your soul is ground to dust. You crave a deep soul connection. But the world hands you superficial situationships, fast food romance, and cold betrayal. And every time you fall, you don't just get a scratch, you break bones. Your recovery time is 10 times longer than the average person. You torment yourself. You self-blame. You pick at the old wounds every night instead of letting them heal. So, is being born sensitive a life sentence of suffering? Did nature make a mistake when it created you? No, absolutely not. Let me flip the script for you. Look at human history. Who wrote the symphonies that make millions weep? Who wrote the literature that touches the bottom of the soul? Who are the therapists, the reformers, the ones who saw injustice before anyone else noticed? It was people like you. Sensitivity is not a weakness. It is evolution. In primitive times, the tribe needed strong warriors, yes. But the tribe survived because of the sensitive ones. The ones who heard the twig snap, signaling a predator was near. The ones who sensed the shift in the wind before the storm hit. The ones who could look into a child's eyes and know exactly where it hurt. Without a word being spoken, you are humanity's early warning system. Your intuition is terrifyingly accurate. How many times have you had a gut feeling about someone who seemed nice, only for them to turn out to be a fraud later? How many times did you sense something was about to happen, and it did? That's not magic. That is your brain's supercomputer connecting subtle clues that normal people miss. You see beauty where others see nothing. A ray of sunlight hitting the dust, the smell of rain, a smile from an old stranger. These things can bring you to tears of ecstasy. Your world is more vivid, more colorful, and thousands of times richer than the gray world of the insensitive. But to turn this curse into a gift, you must learn to wield it rather than letting it control you. This is the turning point of this video. Listen closely, or you will remain in the swamp of trauma forever. You need to build a filter. Imagine your soul as a beautiful house. Before, you left all the doors wide open. Anyone could walk in with muddy boots, leave trash, and wreck your living room. You were exhausted cleaning up after them. Now, you must learn to lock the door. Lesson 1. The art of rejection. You fear saying no because you don't want to upset others. But understand this, every time you reluctantly say yes to someone else, you are saying no to yourself. You are carving off a piece of your own flesh to feed them. Stop it. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person with self-respect. Those who truly love you will respect your boundaries. Those who leave when you set limits are the ones who were only using you. Let them go. That is necessary cleansing. Lesson 2. Manage energy, not time. Others get tired. They sleep. They recover. You get peopled out. You need solitude. Do not force yourself to attend every event. Make time to be alone. This isn't loneliness. It is recharging. Go into nature, read, write, or simply sit in the dark. That is when your brain organizes the millions of data points from the day and restores peace to your mind. Lesson 3. Stop seeking external validation. Do not expect the world to understand you. They will never understand what it feels like to hear the electricity in the walls, or to mourn a dead bird on the sidewalk. Don't try to explain color to the blind. Find your own tribe, people on your frequency. Or if you haven't found them yet, become your own best friend. Embrace the sensitive inner child and say, your feelings are real. You are not wrong. You are safe. And finally, remember this. Your sensitivity is exactly what this world is desperate for. We're living in the age of machines, and AI. Cold logic and calculation are taking over. But machines can never replace empathy, compassion, and the ability to vibrate with beauty. That is your domain. The world is becoming cold and cruel. It needs the warmth of your skinless heart to heal. It needs your deep insight to see the truth. It needs your creativity to color the gray. Don't try to become thick-skinned and callous just to fit in. Don't kill the most beautiful, human part of you. The fact that you have kept a soft heart in such a cruel world is, in itself, an act of extraordinary courage. You are not weak. You are a warrior of emotion. You are the guardian of the human soul. So, the next time someone tells you that you are too sensitive, smile and take it as a compliment, because it means you are truly alive, feeling every millimeter of this existence, while they are just skimming the surface. But I know, this journey is lonely. Learning to love your difference is a war. There are nights you want to rip your chest open just to stop the ache. There are days you want to hide in a cave and never come out. I am here to tell you, you are not alone. There are millions of us out there, silently fighting and shining in our own way. And here at Psychovive, we are building a home for those lost souls. We don't give fluffy advice. We go into the darkest corners of the mind to turn on the light of understanding. We dissect the pain you are too afraid to name. We talk about the taboos, the shadows, and the naked truths. If you saw yourself in every word of this video, if you felt like someone just shined a light into your soul and said, "I see you," if you want to learn how to turn your sensitivity into a sharp weapon to conquer life, instead of a fatal weakness, then you have found the right place. Don't just watch and scroll away. Take action for your soul. Hit that subscribe button for Psychovive right now. Turn on the notification bell, because you do not want to miss the next dose of psychological clarity. We will walk through the dark parts of the mind together to find the light of true healing. Leave a comment below. Tell me about the moment you realized you were different. Share your story, your pain. Here, no one will judge you for being dramatic. Here, we listen. I am Psychovive. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being brave enough to keep that sensitive heart beating for this world. See you in the next video, where we continue to decode the mysteries of the human mind. For now, take a deep breath, and remember, you are not a glitch. You are a masterpiece.